The Marine Corps Performance Evaluation System is a system that provides for the periodic reporting, recording, and analysis of the performance and professional character of sergeants through major generals. The Automated Performance Evaluation System, APES, is an electronic and paperless environment used for the preparation and submission of the Marine Reported On. Per Marine Corps Order P1610.7, the completed fitness report is the most important information component in manpower management. Marine Corps Order P1610.7, also known as the PES order, highlights the key concepts of fairness, focus, measurement, ethics, avoiding zero defects, and counseling. The PES objective is to create a credible and accurate recording of the history of an individual's performance and character throughout his or her career. For the PES to meet this objective, it must implement the following 5 areas of focus: accuracy, prevent inflation, Fitness Report Responsibility. The fitness report is a communication between the reporting officials and the Commandant of the Marine Reported On, MRO, is the subject of the fitness report and is therefore not part of the PES reporting chain. The MRO must possess a clear understanding of the concepts of the reporting senior, RS, is the first commissioned officer, warrant officer, or civilian equivalent, GS9 or above, and the reporting chain senior to the RS must preserve the integrity of the PES by having the moral courage to report with utmost accuracy. The RS has the listed responsibilities. The reviewing officer, RO, is the first commissioned officer, warrant officer, or civilian equivalent, GS10 or above, senior in grade to the RS and the officer directly responsible for the primary taskings, supervision, and evaluation of the RS. If a fitness report is adverse, then it must be cited by a third officer after the RS and RO. For adverse, senior enlisted advisors, though not in the reporting chain, have the responsibility to assist reporting officials and commanders in completing and processing. As the Commandant's direct representative, the Deputy Commandant for Manpower and Reserve Affairs, MN. Reporting occasions. The Marine Corps Performance Evaluation System provides a continuous. It is important to note that when more than one occasion occurs simultaneously, one should use the occasion that appears highest on the list. Marines in the grades of Sergeant through. Select each occasion code for details on the reporting occasions. Select each occasion code for details on the reporting occasions. Reporting seniors must submit observed reports for all reporting occasions covering 90 days or longer, except reporting officials should take all possible action to reduce not observed fitness reports. Not observed reports diminish the Extended reports are intended for use when an MRO's performance has not changed since the submission of the last AN, AR, or SA report, and another reporting occasion comes. Marine Corps Order P1610.7 publishes the annual fitness report scheduled for both the active and reserve components. MRO worksheet. Within 15 days of a new reporting relationship, the MROW is completed by the MRO and used by the fitness report is made up of 5 pages plus addendum pages if necessary. The MRO follows the listed steps to create an MROW in APES. Section A of the MROW captures the administrative information necessary to complete Section A of the fitness report and contains information about the MRO, the particular fitness report, and the RS. Additional Section A information is listed here. Section A of the MROW created by the MRO should be used by the RS to create the fitness report Section A. Section B of the MROW contains the billet description that will be used to complete Section B, billet description, of the fitness report. This section should list the Marine's primary, additional, and Section C of the MROW contains the MRO's major accomplishments during the reporting period. This section is used by the RS to complete Section C, billet accomplishments, of the fitness report. The MRO should describe how he or she accomplished the billet duties described in Section B. Write each entry in a bulleted format and precede it with a distinctive mark, such as a dash. Sections D and E provide the MRO with an opportunity to highlight events the RS may not be aware of. Fitness report sections D through E. The MROW is the first step in creating the fitness report. It provides the RS with specific information on the MRO. The RS uses the MROW to complete fitness report sections A, B, and C. The RS must carefully evaluate the Marine in each attribute to fairly judge the performance and character of the individual. For each attribute, the RS must give the rating system that the Marine Corps uses to evaluate each attribute is known as the Performance Anchored Rating Scales, PARS. As shown in the graphic, the fitness report form provides the definition of the attribute. For each attribute, the marking scales run from left to right and range from A, lowest, to G, highest. A mark of H indicates the attribute was not observed. The markings correspond to 3 scaled descriptions that are designed to stimulate the RS's cognitive reasoning when selecting the appropriate mark. The RS must carefully evaluate the MRO in each attribute to fairly judge the performance and character of the individual. When selecting marks, the RS should review the attribute definition and the 3 scaled. Reporting seniors must not inflate performance marks. A Marine for whom an RS can find no deficiencies in a given area is not, by definition or default, a Marine deserving an F or G marking. The MRO may be a solid, commendable C or D. Detailed information is listed for performance categories and marks that require written justifications. A mark of H indicates the attribute was not observed. Reporting seniors should use the H marking for those attributes not observed or when the period of observation precludes an accurate assessment. Markings. The remaining pages of this topic will provide a general description of sections D through H, including a general description of the 14 attributes a Marine is evaluating. Section D, Mission Accomplishment, addresses both the ends. Performance is a comparison of results versus expectations. Proficiency is skill level. Section E, Individual Character. Courage has 2 components, moral and physical. The effectiveness under stress attribute is evaluated as the ability to work well under pressure. Initiative is acting without being told. Leadership is the primary force that drives all military organizations. Assessing leadership is difficult, as various styles are not always immediately obvious. This attribute seeks to assess the leader's capacity to prepare subordinates and to assume greater responsibility and improve their skills. Leadership depends on personal credibility and on a commitment to excellence. From their first days in training, Marines learn the necessity. The ability to communicate is vital to effective leadership. Section G, Intellect and Wisdom, contains 3 attributes. While an all-around education is important, Marines should The difference between leaders and followers is that, while both make decisions, judgment is an essential element of intellect. Section H is only assessed for Marines who serve in the role of a reporting official. With this attribute, Marines are evaluated on their reporting official duties, which include Fitness Report Sections I. Page 5 of the Fitness Report contains sections I, J, K, and L. Section I provides the RS a location for entering 3 types of comments, which are prohibited elsewhere in the report. Section I contains mandatory, directed, and additional comments. The listed Section A items make up a partial list of circumstances that require the RS to make a directed comment in Section I of the Fitness Report. Paragraph 4012.4 of the PES order provides Section J gives the report legal standing and safeguards the integrity of the reporting process. Item 1 is the RS certification. The RS signs the report in Section J, certifying that the report is truthful and prepared without prejudice or partiality, and presupposes that the RS considered all aspects of the MRO's Item 2 is used by the MRO to acknowledge that the report is adverse. The MRO must be given the opportunity to acknowledge and address the adverse nature of a report. Section K formalizes the reviewing officer's involvement in the PES process. It requires the RO to certify the administrative correctness of the report and to characterize his or her level of observation of the MRO. Section K is comprised of 6 items: observation, evaluation, comparative assessment, RO comments, RO certification, and acknowledgement by the MRO when the report is adverse. Marking the Yes box in Section L indicates that an addendum page is attached to the fitness report. Adverse fitness reports. Adverse fitness reports deal with an MRO's unsatisfactory performance, As stated in the PES objective topic of this lesson, reporting officials must ensure the accuracy of each fitness report. There are some specific entries that can render a fitness report adverse. The entries listed on this page are considered adverse if documented on the fitness report. There are some specific comments that can render a fitness report adverse. The comments listed here are considered adverse if documented on the fitness report. Normally, the RS creates a fitness report from the MRO's input on an MROW. The RS routes the report to the RO. An adverse report proceeds as indicated in the diagram. Each individual has specific responsibilities per the PES order. It is important for the MRO to understand the consequences of refusing to sign an adverse report. If the MRO refuses to sign, the reporting officials must counsel the MRO to ensure the Marine understands the listed consequences. If the MRO still refuses to sign the report after being counseled, the RS or RO, as appropriate, must make a directed comment in Section I or Section K stating that the MRO refuses to sign the report. When adding an addendum page using APES, Sections A and C will be auto-populated. If the report is to be submitted as a paper copy, the sections of the addendum page should be completed as described on this page. Master Brief Sheet. Headquarters Marine Corps creates a Master Brief Sheet, MBS. For a Marine to check the accuracy of their MBS, they will need to know what information goes into the MBS. It contains two sections. This page describes the administrative information contained in the MBS header data section. The performance evaluation summary consists of a fitness report listing broken into three main parts. The Reporting Senior Markings section provides detail on how the RS completed the fitness report. The meaning of the RS markings will be described in more detail in the next topic of this lesson. The Reviewing Officer Markings section provides a summary of the MRO's standing compared with all Marines the RO has evaluated at the time the report was processed. It is also cumulative to the time when the MBS is created. Conducting an audit of the MBS header data consists of comparing the information listed in each. Marines should audit their fitness report listing for continuity by checking the from and to dates on each report. Fitness report date gaps may impact a Marine's career progression. For example, date gaps can affect a Marine's chances for re-enlistment or their success before a promotion selection board. Marines should audit their MBS to ensure it contains the most current and accurate information. The MBS should be reviewed at least once a year, but especially prior to be considered by promotion selection. If an error is found while conducting an audit, it is the Marine's responsibility to correct the error by contacting the appropriate authority. For errors in the administrative information section of the Master Brief Sheet, to correct date gaps resulting from missing fitness reports, Marines should take the actions listed here. Upon receipt of a missing fitness report request letter, the RS must forward a completed report to the Policy and Compliance Unit. Some date gaps are not caused by missing reports, but from reporting period date errors on fitness reports that follow transfer, TR, reports. To correct date gaps, take one of the listed actions. Reporting officials' markings. The RS assigns marks, sections A through H, for each of the 14 attributes. When a fitness report is processed by MMSB, the RS marks on each report are converted to a numeric average called the report average. To determine the value of a fitness report, it is important to know the report average and the RS's average for Marines of the same grade. Each attribute receives a letter grade marking, and each letter has a numeric value as listed. Since a letter grade of H means the attribute was not observed, it is not included when calculating a report's average. To calculate the report average, add the numerical values of all observed attributes and then divide the total by the number of observed attributes. The MRO should also know the reporting senior's average, RS average. The RS average is the cumulative report average of all reports the RS has written on Marines of the same. On the master brief sheet, the RS high reflects the highest fitness report average written by the RS. This is the highest value of the highest. On the MVS, both the relative value at processing and cumulative relative value are used by promotion selection board members during their evaluation process. These scores assist the promotion board members in comparing the MRO with their peers. The relative value, RV, of a report reflects how the fitness report average of an individual report To calculate a relative value, the fitness report average is placed in an algebraic formula to give the report a value on a standard curve scaled from 80 to 100. The graphic describes how the RV is determined for a report. The RV is not calculated for academic reports or for end of service, EN, reports. The relative value at processing score shows how a report compares to the others written by the same RS on Marines of the same grade at the time of processing by MMSB. Once calculated, the reporting senior, RS, profile outlines the grading history of an RS and gives relative value to every report written by that RS. The RS profile is available to the RS via Marine Online under the My OMPF tab. The profile includes a summary report and the reviewing officer marking section is a summary of the Marine's standing compared with other Marines of the same grade. This section of the MBS includes the items listed on this page. The RO makes a comparative assessment of the MRO against Marines of the same grade whose professional abilities are known to the RO. The comparative assessment mark is made in the highlighted boxes to the left of the Christmas tree graphic. The assessment marks are assigned a number on an assessment mark scale from 1 to 8. The marks are broken down into 5 description groups, and 2 of the groups are further divided into multiple boxes. The top graphic shows the assessment mark scale members in green that correspond to the checkboxes on the form. These same scale numbers corresponded to the numbers on the right of each RO marks equation as highlighted in the bottom graphic. Marines should review their RO markings to see where they fall in relation to their peers. For RO marks, the numbers on the left of each equation represent the number of Marines at the same grade who have been marked and assessed with a particular assessment mark by the RO. The numbers on the right of each equation represent the RO marks same grade cumulative item takes into consideration the RO's assessment marks for Marines of the same grade from the RO's first report up to the time of the processing of the MBS. When a fitness report is processed, a one-time snapshot of the RO profile is electronically overlaid to the left of the Christmas tree graphic within Section K of the report. The gray numbers in this graphic show the RO profile at the time of processing overlaid within Section K. Reviewing officers will have access to their RO comparative assessment profile via Official military personnel file. The records. The OMPF is divided into the listed folders. It is preferred that Marines use Marine Online, MOL, to access their OMPF. The OMPF, along with the MBS, serves as. The OMPF has 5 folders. When auditing the photograph folder, ensure the photograph is current. Audit the performance folder by reviewing the fitness reports for continuity. Check the commendatory/derogatory folder for inaccuracies and follow the instructions contained in the IRAM to request correction. When Marines send material to update their OMPF, all material must contain the Marine's grade, full name, and last 4 digits of the Social Security number. Fitness Report Audit Program. The Fitness Report Audit Program, FRAP, provides commanders a tool to help their Marines ensure their records are accurate and complete. The key to an effective program is proactive and timely action. Actions initiated on a timely basis produce more accurate results than those delayed until the 11th hour. The Marine Corps is streamlining how it manages Marine records. With this increased efficiency, Marines can access and review their records through the Performance Evaluation section, MMSB-30 website. To assist in the career progression of Marines, the site provides the list. The Officer/Enlisted Career Counseling section, MMSB-50 webpage offers an OMPF and MBS self. To have a successful career, sergeants and above should know what. Congratulations! You have completed this lesson. Select the Close button, then use the Course menu to navigate to the next